How you doing, guys? So, at the last minute, I decided to do a little sort of commentary. I'm not gonna tell you what it is yet, but you're in for a surprise. It's one that I've been wanting to do for quite some time. That's for sure. It's been a while since I've done a commentary because I haven't had that much time lately. But yeah, I mean, I wanted to do a commentary, one that I've been dying to do on Freddy Vs Jason from I believe 2006. I believe. Well, either way, I'll look that up later. But my phone's charging right now. I usually look up the year on that. But yes, one of my favorite films, favorite horror action films, whatever you want to call it. Thank you for joining me if you're watching, and hit subscribe if you like. If not, whatever. Or if you just like watching, whatever. But yeah, hitting play and starting now. Opening up with the New Line Cinema production logo. And the oh, oh, Jason sounds, Um, got a pretty effective opening here with Freddy. Gotta be careful with the sound. I don't want to get copyright bullshit. But yeah, it opens up with our character Freddy, played by Robert Englund, which I'm happy that they got Robert Englund to play Freddy in this movie because without him, it wouldn't have been a masterpiece. It again, it's a very effective opening with the little girl screaming. Very creepy. A lot of atmosphere. You can see that he has a booklet of victims. He has pictures of all of his victims. And then we get the parents burning him alive in the cabin. When I was alive, I was a little naughty. Sorry, my Kruger accent is terrible. I get it. My accent's terrible for Freddy. I get it. Freddy has. I like this flashback of all the films here, but Freddy kind of looks CGI in this sequence when they're showing him and he's talking. And he's saying when he's talking about his origins, stuff like that. Being dead wasn't a problem. No, what was that? He just wants to be remembered. I do think that this film, I think it's loved by some. I also do feel that it's crapped on by some. I feel like they both have their reasons. Whatever your reason is. I mean, if you don't like Ken Kersinger as Jason or whatever, me personally, I like him. So I like Robert Englund was able to play Freddy, very iconic. I'm happy he was able to do it. You know, and of course, in our first shot, we've got boobies. What would a Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th film be without boobies, right? Go figure. Would be nothing, you know. she's scared. She hears noises. Yeah, definitely move. I would definitely maybe just like, you know, go the fuck away. I mean, some people had complaints. I remember people complaining about the look of Jason in this movie. How he looks kind of lengthy and tall, or they don't like the outfit, or the mask looks like shit because it doesn't fit his face. I don't know if Jason was going for that. I don't know if Jason goes into a dressing room and he's like, okay, I need this outfit to fit, or I need this mask to fit me. I don't know if he goes into like Save a Lot or Walmart or whatever to look for his outfits, but I don't think he does. But if he did, I don't think he cared. But yeah, some people complain about how things don't fit him, but I don't know if he's thinking about that or if he's like trying on things in a dressing room or whatever. But he's behind you. You better watch out. He's right behind you. Ooh, yeah. I don't have a problem with the way Ken Kersinger's Jason looks. I don't have a problem with it, but I mean, the Duffa hair on the back. I mean, I don't have a problem with that. Really, Jason is rugged. He's a zombie. I don't think he was going for style. You could argue, like if we're talking about him in the movie or production design, but I just I like the way he looks anyway in this movie, so I don't have much of an issue with that. But I need you to go to Elm Street. The children have been very bad on Elm Street. She's a terrible actress. No, definitely no Betsy Palmer. More of a what's that woman's name? Fucking teacher from Matilda. The one that talks like this. Ah. Elm Street. Nice rainy sequence. And introducing us to our sort of main characters. I believe this is what's the girl's name? She's a rapper. She's a singer. Sorry. I believe. There we go. I'm just turning on my phone here. Sorry. Excuse me. I only smoke when I drink now. Yeah, well, you always drink. Well, then I'll work on that next. Funny bits of dialogue in there. Which, not everybody was a fan of the dialogue. In fact, not everybody was a fan of the characters in the movie, but I don't have a problem with them. I don't see what's wrong. Because I like them. I mean, I like Jason Ritter, the son of John Ritter, who's that's a funny sequence. The cigarette hitting Jason's mask. I love how Jason just stands there, man. You could throw an ice cream cone at his fucking head; he'll just stand there. This guy's a douchebag. Just a total douchebag. Seriously. I'm sorry. I can't get over how much of a douchebag this guy is. He's not pleasant. He's not cool. Sorry. I'm just looking at something. Look up some info on the movie here while I watch. I know I recognize this girl. I know she's an artist. Um, yeah, I know. The black ones, and she's an artist. Come on here. Kelly Rowland. Kelly Rowland. She's does she do anything? Is she a singer? I thought she was. Yeah, she's a singer. Yeah. What kind of music does she do? He does not have a cute ass. Shut up. Um, my ass is nicer than his. Come on. But I've been doing squats lately at the gym, so American-born singer, actress, television personality. Personality. She rose to fame in the early 1990s. A member of Destiny's Child. Yeah, Destiny's. That was what I was thinking of. Destiny's Child. So it's sort of a pop music, I believe. I think it's. I believe it is a pop music. So don't quote me on that. I'm not sure. I don't really listen to any sort of rap or pop. So forgive me there. But I think that the cast did well enough. And of course, we got another sex scene right here. Girl from those werewolf movies, Ginger Snaps, which they made a few of those. I'm not sure how many. They probably should have stopped at one. Nice little shower scene. Pleasant. This guy deserves to. He deserves to fucking die. Like I don't root for this. I don't care about him. I mean, I'm just waiting for Jason to kill his ass. Ooh, yeah, there you go. That a boy, Jason. You get him. Get him, son. Get her down. Asshole. Yeah, she was too good for him. have a problem with the acting. The acting's fine to me. I think that the acting is fine. I don't know if they used fake rain. I'm guessing they did use fake rain. Um, because if it's real rain, they got lucky because it's very effective with the scene, and it helps out in that way to make it gloomy and depressing and perfect for a horror film environment. Got the cops are chit chat about Freddy Krueger. Oh, sorry. Trying to make this perfect. I don't have all the space in the world in this house. Yeah, exactly. He's hiding shit. Now the sheriff station is hiding shit. Hiding shit from all the teenagers. Hiding shit from the fucking town. This actor here, who we've seen in Night at the Roxbury, and of course the first Scary Movie from the Wayans brothers. The blonde guy who, Bobby. No, not Bobby. Greg. Greg from Scary Movie. His name is. I know his name because he was also in another slasher film that I saw recently, which is called Totally Killer, which is where a girl goes back into the. She goes back in time, to stop her parents from being slaughtered by a killer. Fun little, strangely family slasher flick, if that makes any sense. This was 2003, by the way, not 2006. So I was 3 years late. But yeah, we got Robert Englund as Freddy, Ken Kersinger as our Jason, sort of a Frankenstein monster type of Jason, which not everybody was fond of. I don't mind it; didn't bother me. So Monica Keena as Laurie Campbell, Kelly Rowland from Destiny's Child as Kia Watterson, Catherine Isabel, who you've seen in Supernatural. She was in a few episodes of Supernatural. Ginger Snaps, See No Evil 2. She's in some. I don't. She's in a lot of horror. I know she's kind of a horror scream queen type of deal. Of course, Jason Ritter, who I do like quite a bit. Not everyone likes him. I like him. Yeah, Lachlan Monroe, who plays Deputy Scott. I like him. He's funny. He works in a lot of movies. He can play serious. He can play funny. He can do anything. I just think that he works for a lot of different type of roles. So, and he worked here. I feel like. I really feel like he worked here. I don't have a problem with him at all. Lachlan Monroe. I like Lachlan Monroe. Chris Marquette. I know him. I do know him. Brian Thompson. Where the hell was he? I didn't see him. I don't remember seeing him. Sorry. Here's Blake drinking himself into a horde of misery. some could say that the whole sheep sequence is laughable. Yeah, I can get on board with that. It's kind of laughable. I do like this effect coming up right here, where we see Freddy's body sort of extend in a sort of an animated format, just sort of extend, and he's got the claw, and yeah, I like that effect. Sort of whipping his knife fingers at him, but he doesn't get him because he's not strong enough. Because apparently he needs Jason to keep his strength. I don't know what that's about, but this where his head pops off. Ooh, yeah. Lots of blood splatter. I like blood splatter. Some kung fu shit with his fucking machete. Some kung fu shit. Everybody was kung fu fighting. Keeps you nice and docile while I kick your little ass. Dick. Of course, we got Jason Ritter, his first appearance here. Just turn on the TV. Why do you gotta be a dick? I do like this guy too, sitting with Jason Ritter's character in the asylum. Very familiar face. Very familiar. He was also in an episode of Supernatural, who was the kid who had telekinetic powers and he could move things around with his mind. Yeah, Brenton Fletcher. He was in a lot of stuff. Brendan Fletcher also in uh, Canadian actor. He was in Rampage 2009, Rampage, Capital Punishment 2014, another Rampage film. What the hell is that even? He was in Blood Rain, Open 24 Hours, which I have not watched yet, but I definitely plan on watching that one. I like the suspense of a slasher flick. I want to check that out. It looks like a good one. So, oh, he was in Ginger Snaps. So he was in there probably with that girl, Ogre, kind of a 2008 sci-fi flick made for Sci-Fi Channel when it was interesting. Ginger Snaps 2, Violent Night with David Harbour apparently. A lot of movies. So he's got quite a stretch of filmography. I am sorry if I'm a little bit out of it. I haven't been sleeping too well lately, so we need to get you to bed. That would freak me out. That's freaky. Nah, man, there's poison in that shit. Come on. You can see that the sheriffs are definitely covering something up in the town. There's this big conspiracy. They're definitely hiding something. That's not very professional. I don't have a problem with these actors. I don't have a problem with the actors. I like the end sequence with the final battle. I don't have an issue with that. I like the special effects, though some don't hold up that well. Um, the goat, for example, was kind of silly. So far, because it's been a while since I watched, I'm still gathering information. This is the first time in quite a few years that I have sat down and watched this film. So I know I bought it on DVD once at Walmart, watched the whole thing, watched it again after that, and then again after that, and for a while I liked it. I loved it. I still love it. It's just I don't think I have any complaints really. These guys remind me of fucking Jay and Silent Bob. I don't think the girl who plays Lori does a bad job. I don't think Jason Ritter does a bad job. I don't have a problem with anybody really. It's just one of those movies where I go into it and I don't have to think too much. I don't really go into it for hard, deep thinking. It's not a very in depth movie. It's a slasher film. That's what it is. In fact, you could honestly say that it's far more of a Freddy film than a Jason film. One could argue, because I feel like it focuses more on the Freddy aspect. We got Freddy controlling Jason, toying with Jason, gives him a lot of personality. It also gives Jason a lot of personality because, we can see that there's a side of Jason that you can root for, and he's kind of like, I don't want to say soft, but he's kind of, it's almost like you're rooting for the monster. It's like, for example, like Godzilla versus Megalon, or Godzilla versus the three-headed dragon, whatever his name is. It's like that. It's like I'm rooting for Godzilla, even though Godzilla is a monster and he's bad and he's fucked up plenty of cities. I'm still rooting for him. So That's how Jason is in this film. He's Godzilla. Freddy is Mothra. Maybe Mothra is the wrong way to put him. Mothra is fairly beautiful. More like Ghidorah. King Ghidorah. Or Ibera. Horror of the Deep. Giant lobster. Again, I mean, the effect with the nose, it's there. I mean, it doesn't need to be there. They could have cut that out, but I don't have a problem with anything else. It's just, it's not really effective. I do like Mark and I like Mark and Will. Again, Jason Ritter, he does a well enough job. And the kid, Mark. I don't think that they're bad actors. I don't. I've heard that complaint a million fucking times. There's nothing wrong with the acting. There's really not. There's a storyline. There's decent characters with a backstory, played by decent actors and actresses. I could have gone without the girl from Destiny's Child. That's just me. I don't think she does that bad. I really don't. But uh, they're at the library, sort of studying about Freddy, thinking about Freddy, thinking about what to do about Freddy, and sort of plotting. They're planning what to do. Again, the blue lighting. I've talked about it before. The blue lighting in this movie is beautiful. Like we got the blue lighting in the van, and there's a blue lighting even in the cornfield a little bit. I love lighting in the movie where you have little tints. You have those little details. You got some little tints of like red or blue. Lots of coloring. Very colorful flavor to the picture, and which adds a lot of atmosphere and makes it very watchable and held up well. I don't have a problem with the acting. I never had a problem with the acting in this movie. I know when it's corny and when it's not. I do. Especially this kid, um, Jason Ritter's friend Mark. He's a really good actor. I think. You laugh all you want. I think that he's talented. He was talented in Supernatural. He's talented in this. I've seen him be talented in a number of other movies. And here's our famous cornfield scene. Some of my favorite Jason sequences right here. Memorable, very memorable. It's something you don't forget. I mean, even though I've seen it 100 times, but I've stopped for a very long time. And even though I've stopped for a long time, there's scenes that I still that stand out very well to me. And all in all, it's a good movie, and it just stands out itself to me. I mean, it's different from other slasher flicks. I mean, I know at the end they talked about having Pinhead in there, but they couldn't get the rights to him. They wanted to have Pinhead at the end of this movie with Freddy and Jason. Apparently, that was what I heard about it. I don't know if it's true, so don't quote me on that. But that's what I heard. It's I read it. I read that. Linderman fucking tells her ass off, yo. Is he supposed to be fucking Jay from Jay and Silent Bob? Who's he supposed to be? We got these funny stoner characters in there. Um, Utilize them quite well. We'll have to do with them, but not boring. That's for sure. Add a lot of character to the movie and a lot of character to the scenes. Make it kind of funny. There's a serious part and there's a little bit of comedy. I can appreciate that. I mean, why is Jason Ritter smiling? Stop smiling. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Okay. Pausing. I am going to the bathroom real quick. Sorry. Sorry, folks. Sorry. I can't hold it. So, uh, I have right here a Jason Voorhees shot cup with the number 13 on the back there, if you can see closely. I like that quite a bit. And have right here a little friend, which I'm not really a big fan of creamy liquor, but I do have right here a little friend of mine that I wanted to showcase. Blue Chain Bay Mocha Rum Cream. Ha, that's disgusting. Ah, we'll give it a shot. So I'm gonna have my Jason shot. Here we go. Nice and creamy. Get your mind out of the fucking gutter. Don't be a perv. Okay. Hitting play. A lot of people had a problem with this girl playing Lori. I don't have a fucking problem with her. She's fine to me. Everyone had to bug up their ass, man. Can no one just have fun? I'm being mean. If you have a different opinion, that's okay. But I don't understand it. But I don't understand entirely. I don't. This guy pisses me off. Following her out to the cornfield. What does he try? He tries to rape her. It's like, dude, what the fuck? Keep it in your pants. He was right. Jason was right to kill him. Here's to Jason. You know what? I'm gonna wait to do that shot for Jason. I'm dead one day and you're already out getting shit faced. Come on, let's go. Here's the boiler room, sort of in the middle of the cornfield. It's definitely a dream. That's where this guy rapes her. Get off of her. You obviously can't get none anywhere else. I mean, you obviously can't get anywhere else. Otherwise, you wouldn't be taking advantage like that. So it's pretty fucking weak. That's the lowest point of weak. So you're just a joke at that point. Again, with the red lighting, I love the red lighting in the boiler room. I've always loved it, and especially in this film, I love it. The red lighting gives a lot of atmosphere and a lot of pop. It pops. Along with the blue lighting, there's a lot of blue lighting. You got those little shades of blue and red in there that just make the film pop. They make the film itself pop. Robert Englund, you could tell that he's enjoying playing Freddy again right here. He's having a ball with the role. Ooh, that's quite a landing. Tilty. Ugh. Dude, here's this scumbag getting on top of the girl, trying to fucking take advantage of her. Jason's about to fucking kill his ass. Why hide in a locker? Why not just try to leave the fucking room? Leave the boiler room. What are you doing? What are you doing? Sorry. Some people have no brain cells in these movies. Oh, this is where Jason takes Freddy's victim. That pisses off Freddy quite a bit, giving Freddy nothing to do. So, oh, here we go. To Jason. You know, Jason killing rapists. Cool. Here's these two guys in the cornfield goofing around. Jason's standing behind them. One tries to throw water on him. The other one lights him on fire. The other one gets his head twisted. Love this sequence. Again, here's a tint of blue with the lighting. I mean, that's a very good-looking movie. Very much so. Twist his head. I gotta have another. Fuck yeah. Burn, motherfucker. I love this sequence. Him walking through the cornfield on fire. Completely fucking badass Jason. Here's to Jason. To Jason. Maybe I'll wait a minute. Here it goes to the guy. And his Jack Black looking ass. What the fuck was he doing when he was running? What was that? This is so fucking iconic. Him just being covered in fire. Now covered in beer. Okay, I could get down with that. Covered in beer, okay. What kind of beer? Bud Light? Just taking out all the stoners, whatever you want to call them. Here's the Jason again. I hate cream liquor. I really hate it. Again, here's a blue tint with the van and the road. A blue sort of lighting. I don't know how to put it. There is a blue visual aspect to some of these scenes during the nighttime, which most of it takes place during the nighttime, which I can appreciate. Like if most of it took place during the daytime, it wouldn't fit. So because most of it was during the nighttime, it fits very well. They could add whatever color lighting they could get. I mean, here's blue again with Lori and Will in the van. You could, and with the rain falling, you could see a blue color. Watch the film, you'll see what I mean. There is such beauty with the lighting and the visuals. I saw your dad kill your mom. Then why are you fucking smiling? I know a guy I follow on YouTube, Rambo Raff for life, says that, which I kind of agree, by the way, that the character Will, played by Jason Ritter, smiles even when he's not supposed to. Every scene looks like he's fucking smiling. It's like, that's why I make that joke, because it looks like he's smiling even when he's not. So he's always like, I saw your dad kill your mom. So that's why I said that. She is truly beautiful. Like, really. Like, I don't have a problem with her. She's truly beautiful. She's gorgeous. Again, there's blue behind the father in the background in the doorway with the rain falling. There is a blue visual lighting to this film. It's very well done, very well made. You could tell her father's a liar. We'll talk about it in the morning. Ready for that final battle? Come on. It was probably a bad decision for me to do this very late, but again, look at the lighting. It's blue with her walking in the rain. There is a blue lighting. I can't get that out of my head how much I love that. I love that so much. Again, in the van here, there is blue. The, does anybody else notice this? I mean, this guy gets killed by Freddy. That's a shame. I like that actor. I recognize the guy in the photo too. You know who's his brother? Bro, just don't go in there, bro. Come on. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't no time for that shit. Well, you can take a pill all you want. I don't just. I don't know why you don't just drink a soda, but oh, there goes the pill down the drain. Wake aid, right? Here's his brother in the bloody bathtub. There was a lot of work put into the production designs. Um, there's CGI in there, obviously, because they couldn't have done it without CGI. What are they gonna do? Are they gonna put real snakes on his feet? I don't think so. It doesn't work that way. I mean, they could if you have some snakes sitting around that you've trained all of them not to bite someone, but still, the production design is very nice in this movie, and the end finale where they're battling each other in a cabin like Evil Dead. It's sort of like Evil Dead. They're battling each other in a cabin and they fight by the lake. They're both on fire. They go flying through the fucking air on fire together. They smack into the water. Um, got a sequence where Jason kind of seems like he saved them when he puts Freddy's own arm. He puts Freddy's arm into him, like stabs it through him. But he kind of saves them, which is kind of funny. It's almost like Jason's a anti-hero. But I've always kind of felt like that about Jason, is that he sort of has a vigilante aspect about him. I've always felt that way. He's always felt like a out of control killing machine, but just killing things in his way, not necessarily because he wants to, but because it's in his fucking way. Or if you're on his territory, which you do not want to be at Crystal Lake. Need water. Shit. Sheriff's a dick. Threatened to lock him up for what? For what? For your lying bitch ass? I'm gonna pause this real quick. Gotta grab some water. Sorry. I'm sorry, folks. I'm sorry. Um, just wanted to get a little bit of water in me. Hitting play now. I'll move this along, so. Thank you. Whew. Dude, this guy has to put the fucking blunt down for a minute and think straight. And the Scooby Van out back. Then he left his keys in the car. Fuck face. Again, I don't go into this film taking it serious. It's not a serious film. There's nothing serious about it. You go into it to have a good time, to have fun, to watch two of your most favorite iconic slashers ever collaborate and battle each other, which is just amazing enough as it is. This film is just fun. It's very fun. It's a well-made film. There's good production designs. There's good special effects. There's some little bits of CGI in there, but for what it is, it works well. For what it needs to be, because you know, it wasn't just the CGI itself; it was the choices, like the goats and the there was oh yeah, the sequence where Freddy's claw comes out of the magazine and rips her nose off. That was kind of silly. I don't know if they were aiming for comedy or not. If that was the intention. Um, Still, there's some memorable scenes and there's certain horrific scenes in there. Plenty, I think. And again, the lighting of the film, it's a very well made movie. The lighting is nice. There's a lot of color to the visuals, and there's a lot of personality to the characters. A lot of again, you've built up Jason, you've built up Freddy all these years for this to happen. So you know those characters already very well. You've learned enough about them to where it's like, okay, I could kind of root for these guys. Well, not root for them, but I could watch them battle each other. Of course, I'm gonna root for Jason, because I think Jason's a badass. So I think Freddy. Obviously, they don't go in depth. They don't go in depth about Freddy's backstory in terms of pedophilia or anything. Thank God they don't. Which I know that the remake did that. Fuck the remake. I fucking hate the remake. Fuck A Nightmare on Elm Street remake 2010. I fucking hate that movie. That movie can fucking just get the fuck. Little rant. Sorry. I hate the remake of A Nightmare on Elm Street. I fucking hate it. From 2010. I hate it. There doesn't need to be any specific reason. I just fucking hate it's a disgrace to a Nightmare on Elm Street fans. It's a disgrace. I'd rather be dead than watch that again. This kid cannot put the fucking blunt down, man. The fuck you think you are, man? You're not in Cheech and Chong. They have another Jason shot. And this nasty shit. As you can see, I've decorated for Halloween a little bit around here. I've got Freddy and Jason up right there behind me. I have the rest of the room decorated. It's kind of hard to pick up the computer right now and show you, but maybe at the end of the video I will. And again, here's another kind of weird thing where we see a CGI snake version of Freddy, and it's smoking pot with this stoner character, which I think he imagined this. Me personally, I think it was Freddy toying with him, but I also feel like it was his own mind as well. Because Freddy, if you're vulnerable in any way and you're open and easy to be victimized, Freddy's gonna do it. He'll fuck with you. Stealing the hypnosil. Oh, I hate that this guy dies. He does. He dies kind of soon. He dies a little soon for that actor. It's a little soon. Gets fucking electrocuted. I'm plugging my phone. I'm sorry if I look tired. Truth be told, it's because I am. Itch at my heel. That's right, run. Run, bitch, run! Let me handle this, bitch. Ooh, Jason cut his body in half. That was a cool effect. Oh, he falls. Here's our, I guess, yeah, this would be our first battle between Jason and Freddy in the red lit boiler room. Very, very creative fight scene. A lot of fun to this sequence. It makes you really want to root for Jason. Ooh, he cut his arm off. Freddy's a dick. Sorry. Yeah, no, not final, our first battle between Jason and Freddy in the Red Boiler Room. A lot of fun. Him picking up the fucking big ass tank. Him throwing Freddy across the room like a rag doll. Actually, he throws him like a rag doll a few times in this movie. And it works very well because Jason's this big fucking badass motherfucker. Freddy's this little sort of squeaky cock. If we're talking about their if we're talking about their personalities, I mean, I'm on point with that. Come on. Here's some green lighting with the water coming down, and Jason's afraid of it. Again, the colors and the visuals are fantastic in this movie. Say what you want about it. The colors are fantastic. There really is a color scheme to it that makes it stand out, makes the scenes stand out. Got Jason laying in the bed of the van. I know I had a problem a little bit with this. I know other people had a problem with it too, and that is Jason being afraid of water, which I can see how that pissed people off. I can see that. It pissed me off. But I think what the writers were trying to do with it was they were trying to add a little bit of heart to this character. Because in a way, we wanted to root for Jason. We wanted to root for him as a anti-hero. So we add a little bit of weakness to him to make us feel bad for him and have pity on the monster, sort of. Carrying his mother's body. Just, it is his mother, right? At least I thought it was. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong about that, but that final battle is coming up very, very shortly. I love that battle between them because they're so iconic. You put them together to fight each other. It worked very well. I cannot imagine the amount of money that was put into this movie with the production value and the cinematography, the choreography itself. I mean, there's a lot of hard work put into it that you could easily notice. Whereas other Friday the 13th films or a Nightmare on Elm Street films, well, mostly Friday the 13th films, have a very low budget, where I feel like this budget was very high. And that's where I say this is more like a Nightmare on Elm Street film itself. It's more like a Nightmare on Elm Street film because, yes, it does focus on the Jason origins and such, but you get more Freddy Krueger special effects. It's more of, Freddy's movie. Freddy's showing his effects and showing off his shit, showing what he could do. That makes him scary. Laurie's asleep, seeing Jason in her dream sequence, getting bullied, shit like that. She reaches out her hand. She wants to help him. I think Freddy comes out of the water right here, right? Yeah. Yeah, there's Freddy coming out of the water. Just so much creativity done between these two villains. It's amazing. It amazes me how much work was put into it and effort. So much effort with the production value and the lighting and the cinematography. The actors are not too bad. I don't have a problem with them like other people do. I just don't. I don't have a problem like other people do. I don't know. I don't have a bug up my ass about it. I can watch it enough to where it's like I don't have the. First of all, I don't take it seriously. Second of all, I don't have to take it that seriously. It's a Freddy versus Jason film. I'm not really going into it for effective, deep, emotional value. It's not Shawshank Redemption. It's fucking Freddy versus Jason. Going to this for the cinematography and the kills, and that's the interesting part of it. Yeah, there are no Tom Savini effects or anything, but you could tell there was a lot of effort. It had a market with the way it was worked on. Let's put it that way. It had a market. They wanted to add certain lighting, certain colors to the and certain visuals with those colors that works fairly well. Uh, they're in Camp Crystal Lake. Uh oh. Shit's about to go down. Shit's getting real. They really know how to make Freddy a very menacing character very menacing, ugly, mean, stabbing his knife into her mother, even though she's not really there. He's just very mean. He's got a very nasty, mean nature about him that works very well, and it makes him more intimidating. Oh, here's Jason breaking through, and here's our finale with the fiery cabin. Nice little fight in the fire by the lake. I've always loved this sequence, this finale. Punching Tia across the room. Oh, you can tell right here, Freddy wants to sexually assault her. Still, they never went into detail about that in the other movies, but they went like that in a few of the newer movies. Falling asleep, I'm sorry. Just a long night. Oh no. Was working hard. Hardly working, but working hard. Tired. Wanted to just get this sort of commentary done. Talk about this movie a little bit because it is one of my favorites. Here we got Jason, and Freddy sees him, and he's in the real world. And we've got that intense sort of rock music going as Freddy sees him, and he's got fear in his face because he know that he done fucked up at that point. He's in the real world now, bitch. Freddy getting thrown through the window and dragged around like a fucking rag doll. It works. Looks good. You can tell this guy's gonna die because he's against the tree. He's bleeding out. It's sad. I mean, I like the character. I do like the character quite a bit. So it was sad for Linderman. That's it, Linderman, to die off like that. Oh, this spiked quite a bit of controversy. Scene right here where Freddy's like to Kia, or whatever her name is. He's like, "How sweet, dark meat." A lot of people had a bug up their ass about that, which I don't. It's nothing racist. It's Freddy being progressive. He likes dark meat. He's progressive. And what's with the butter knives? Come on, let's talk about the butter knives. You've got these teensy weensy little fucking things, and Jason's got this big old thingy, and the fucking way Freddy points behind her. Oh, cheers to Jason. Cheers to Jason. Turn it up a little bit. Another thing I could say about this movie, it has quite of a soundtrack. Lots of metal music. If you're a fan of that, I love it. Got some Lamb of God at the end, some Kill Switch Engage, all sorts of metal music at the end. The other one, what's the other one? Spine Shank. Lots of music for, again, if it, there is a 98% chance that if you love this movie, you're a metalhead because of its soundtrack. It has a great track and a great pieces of music in there. The songs at the end are better than the musical score itself. Throughout the rest of the beginning. Hey, asshole, up here. Why did he sound like Shrek just now? Ooh. Oh, that is a big boulder. That is a nice boulder. Oh, it's hitting Jason. It's stuck. Freddy talking shit. Give me a break. Very good battle sequence at the end there. Oh, yeah, Jason's definitely he's definitely gaining the he's winning the war right he's winning the battle right here a little bit. Oh, funny sequence where Freddy cuts off his fingers, the sword lands in his hand, and Jason's looking at his fingers missing like this, like tilting his head, like what the fuck? What just happened there? Like there's just no emotion. You know, I'm kind of happy this never got a sequel because it's fine the way that it is. Not everything needs to have a sequel. Not everything. Sometimes things are fine the way they are. Alright, just leave them be. They're fine the way they are. That's how I look at it. those guts. That's right, motherfucker. Oh, Jason yanks his arm off. Here's our nice big explosion. Quite an explosion. And that's where I saw their bodies flying up in the air and into the water. Just a lot of creativity that was put into this. I see that little tattoo there. You hear the footsteps coming over. You think it's Jason. It's not. It's not Jason. But Jason saves them. Stabs him with his own arm. Ooh, there you go. Welcome to my world, bitch. Ooh, there she goes. Bam. So you can slowly see their bodies sink below the surface. Again, with this sort of red tint color. Nice fiery sequence. The Jason Ritter and Laurie just working together. And here we are at the end. Jason coming out of the water, holding Freddy's head. some might say, some might argue, like, did you really have to have the wink at the end? Did you? I mean, I don't think it was needed, but I don't think the wink was needed. I don't, but that's just me. Here's our musical score with some metal. I am someone like you in so many ways. I've always thought that the musical score at the end was very memorable. Nice soundtrack with rock music. Really fits it. It fits this movie. It really does. That's one thing I could honestly say. The sound, the music at the end fits very well. So I like this blood splatter sort of wall they have going on at the finale here. At the end here, Lachlan Monroe. That was the cop who died way too early. Catherine Isabel, Brendan Fletcher. That was Mark. And of course, Robert Englund is Freddy Krueger, and of course, Ken Kersinger is our Jason. So yeah, that is that. That is the finale of Freddy vs. Jason. And my thoughts, which I've mostly expressed them, I don't have too many thoughts on it because it's one of my favorite films. I don't have too much criticism on it because I think that it's well made. So I don't really have much to go on about how much I hate it, or I don't have much in terms of ranting because it's a well made movie. Here we go, jumping into Lamb of God. Well, thank you for hanging in there if you did. You know I can't do this without you. So if you watched, I appreciate you. Sorry for falling asleep through some of it. It was a rough night last night, but I do plan on more better commentaries. So hang in there. I got some more content coming up, and yeah, I'm not sure what movies I want to do yet or talk about. I know I've talked about a few recently, but haven't planned what I'm gonna do next as far as reviews or other commentaries. So, um, yeah, love Freddy vs. Jason, and great final battle at the end there. I don't have a lot of criticism with it. So, you let me know what you think down below. Do you like this movie or do you not, and why? Thank you.